Moviesucktastic is a podcast about bad movies and the people that love them. But it's more than just a podcast, it's also an online presence. If you want to know more about Moviesucktastic or want to become a part of Moviesucktastic, you can find us on Facebook, you can find us on Twitter at Moviesucktastic, you can find our blog at boothreviews.blogspot.com, or if you want to give your own reviews that we might use on the show, you can go to reviews.moviesucktastic.com and check out our own little lunch.com community for Moviesucktastic. Check us out and become a part of the show, because the only thing more fun than a bad movie is sharing it.
You're listening to Moviesucktastic.
But I think...
Joey? Hearing us. I mean, us hearing us.
Furthermore, you can all go fuck yourselves.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
Hello, fellas. What's happening?
Oh, hey.
Hey there.
Did we talk over the trailer?
A little bit.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Because I got a newbie with me, and he got me paranoid into thinking that
we
got cut off or something because of the whole new setup.
Oh.
So everybody, this is my British nanny, Jack Woldridge.
Hello?
Hello
he's
there.
a current house guest that's going to, and also an old friend, and he's going to be sitting in on these episodes when available for the next couple of months or so.
Sounds
I'll
good.
entertain you all with my opinions.
I like it.
Yeah, he's got some of those too, so we're good.
A few.
He's got those.
One or two.
So, as always,
It's January.
Well, it's January, but that's not what I was going to say.
Oh.
What I was going to say is I got a new computer component very recently. Here, let me put you in frame here. And, of course, I upgraded my computer.
Uh-oh.
And, as usual, there are sound issues. The video is fine.
Uh-huh.
My video is fine.
Yeah.
And we're getting our audio picked up there. But any of the trailers, I don't think that Audacity is recording it. Luckily, the live feed is, so I can strip the audio from it no matter what. But it's like, what the shit? How come it always resets my audio?
So
that I cannot tell you.
So technically, it doesn't matter because you can fix it.
I can fix
if
it.
it doesn't work right.
That's correct.
All right. So why are we talking about it?
I don't know.
It's January.
It is January. As a matter of fact,
It's
I'm
January.
gonna make the video for me smaller. I'm gonna make the video for you smaller. That way we have more of the screen to see these trailers with. Oh,
If we're not getting from YouTube for advertising.
Yeah.
we will get flagged immediately.
Oh, well, they'll flag it, then they'll just monetize it for themselves.
That's exactly correct. They kind of got out of the business of just taking the video down because we're fucking advertising for them for free.
Yeah.
And any hits that we get benefit them. So they've kind of gotten out of that game. They just monetize it now. So
Yeah.
after tonight, I will get 11 emails for every single one of the trailers saying that your video has been monetized. It's like,
This
okay,
is what Joey does for you.
enjoy your fraction of a penny. You fucks. But then again, it's like an Office Space where they get millions of a fraction of a penny. They're making bank. So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's Richard Pryor. That's Superman 3.
Superman 3, Office Space, same. As a matter of fact,
Superman 3 did it first.
Well-
Superman 3 did it first.
Office Space mentions Superman 3.
Because that's where they got it from.
Well, that's what I'm...
Because Superman 3 did it first.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. Just
All right,
reference,
all right.
just reference the source. Don't throw Office Space in there. I'm tired of hearing about Office Space.
Well, I just
More
watched
heard of
Office
Office
Space the other day, so
Yeah,
it was fresh in my
everybody's heard
mind.
of that goddamn movie. Please, everybody knows 7 lines from that film, and they think it's funny as hell when they say it.
Still a good movie.
Ah,
Pounded in the
Sorry.
ass prison. I don't want to go to
I like
pound
the
in the
film
ass
too.
prison.
Nothing wrong with the film.
True. All right, so we are
Right.
officially in 2020. We are in January. So I've queued up. Oh, we're doing every
So-
trailer except for one. I sent you a list of trailers.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that Informer trailer because apparently
Okay.
it's out digitally.
Oh,
It's in some
Yeah.
select theaters,
but it's not.
but it's
not real.
it doesn't have any weight.
Yeah. It does.
So we're not gonna do- we're not gonna-
digital world. Yeah.
We're not going to do that trailer just because
Gotcha, that
you can
makes
go
sense.
watch it right now if you want. You know, I mean, you
Yeah.
can go to the theater to see it, but it has almost zero weight.
Right.
So,
So-
everything
so
else
being
is coming
January-
out theatrically, though.
Right. So being January, just for anybody who's kind of a little new to it, the reason January is so important is, one, this is when the Oscar noms are announced.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
What, 2 weeks from now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
second
2 weeks from now.
week, second to third week in January.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks from today, or this week. It's around that. And also, January is where movies go to die. And again, the reason that The
Nice.
Informer doesn't count is because the whole thing is based on the fact that people don't go out to the movie theaters
Right.
in January. It's like it's
launching on streaming.
Yeah, not. It has a number of factors after the holidays, money, everything. People just don't go out, and so they just put the movies out that they're pretty sure going to bomb anyway in January.
Right.
Isn't Doctor Doolittle also on streaming?
But
No.
it's in the theater.
That's
Isn't
going
it?
wide.
It's going wide.
It's
Okay,
going
yeah.
wide.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to give that little recap of why we're diving into January releases, because we don't do that for every month,
That's right.
I see.
and also explaining to Jack as well. Again, Jack is our audience who have stumbled into
Yes. I don't know how I got here.
the 200 and something episode of the show, and just wanted a minute of backstory.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
All good.
I'm perfect.
I'm blaming this on Jack.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But
Young
after you-
Jack.
Always good.
You are the blame. So I have, what do I have? I think I have 10 or 11 trailers that we will watch and dissect. And every time we do this, it always brings me right around to my idea from
Oh, yeah.
10 years ago called 2.5 Minutes. And I bring it up every time we do anything like this, where we do Bad Movie Day, where we do January films, where we do summer blockbusters, and we watch a ton of trailers.
over and over again.
That's right. Well, I'm eventually going to get that bit on the show. I think I just need to do it, and then it's on the show.
All right, do it. Yeah.
But to give Jack a slight backstory of that, 2.5 minutes, the bit that I came up with is you watch a trailer, because trailers are, for the most part, 2.5 minutes long. And you make a decision at the end of that trailer whether it's going to be good or whether it's going to suck. And then when you actually watch the film, you bring it back to the show, and we do like either a small informal review, and we see if our original predictions are true.
And I kind of did something similar back in the old day before we even had the Moviesucktastic blog when I was still doing booth reviews. And there was that one period where I started reviewing films I had not seen,
Oh,
like before they came out,
Right,
like Rush
right.
Hour 3.
Just
And I
based
would,
on the trailer?
just based on the trailer, I would just go through all the reasons it sucks and what they're going to do and what's going to happen and predict the movie. I did this for like a half a dozen films.
And I
don't know why I stopped doing it, but...
And the thing is like I came up with this idea separately. You were actually already doing it in some other format, yet it's not on the show.
Oh, we'll start doing it. Yeah.
I think we're going to have to.
Yes.
I've always liked the idea.
All right.
All right. So the first film. So are you queued up with the trailers?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I'm queued up for the first trailer.
All right. So the here, let me get this here. Okay. So the what the fuck? Hold on. There you go. The first trailer is The Grudge. Sam Raimi produced Grudge. This is the second time it's being rebooted.
It's the second American remake of the film. The first one was an American adaptation of a foreign film.
The Japanese,
so it wasn't really a reboot. We just kind of stole it.
Yeah.
And then this is the reboot of the American adaptation of the Japanese film. By the way, of which the original film and the American adaptation, I don't like either of them.
No kidding. Okay.
Never a fan.
So we'll see if Sam Raimi can do it for you.
Just because it's produced by him means nothing. He also produced that film Crawl that came out in 2019.
Into his pocket. That's what it means.
He also produced that film Crawl that came out in 2019 with the alligators in Florida.
Yeah, I have not seen that yet.
So I mean, I'm holding judgment, but just because Sam Raimi's name is on it, it means jack shit.
Okay.
So,
all
right.
Producer of that movie you liked back in the 90s.
Yeah. All right, are you ready?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it. We're going. Grudge now.
Hello, it's Peter Spencer.
I'm here about selling the house. Is anyone home? Hello?
This is Detective Muldoon.
This is Peter Spencer. Something happened to me at 44 Rayburn Drive.
Someone was murdered at that house.
Why did you never go into that place?
Something never felt right about it.
Looks like we got another one.
Do you think that the body we found's related? Hello? I went to the house. Hello? Police department. I think something followed me home.
Mommy? What's going on? What's wrong?
We need to leave right now.
Well,
yeah.
Yes.
At least it's rated R, I guess.
Well, you know what I'm thinking is a positive on this is it might just be the fact that it might just be because it's a really well done trailer.
Mm-hmm.
But I get the feeling from this trailer that one of my main problems with the original two films that they might have addressed is that this one seems that might possibly maybe have a coherent actual kind of, tease at a resolution, but not, that seems promising to me. Like the fact that the cops are getting. I mean, if you go back to the original and even the remake, I don't
girl
remember.
in the well. It was in the VHS.
That's the Ring.
That's
Oh, I'm
Ring.
thinking of the Ring.
You're thinking of the Ring.
Ringu.
Yeah, God.
Young Jack.
That other.
That other Japanese film.
I was wondering why there wasn't any VHS tapes.
Oh.
Well, I finally saw the sequel, Rings.
Oh, I haven't.
Okay.
And one of the things is that there's no VHS tapes. They digitized it, so there's no more VHS tapes involved.
That's less scary.
They played on the laptop. Yeah, it is less scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something creepy about old technology.
It needs to be way more organic than that. It just.
It was an interesting take. I'm not shitting on it totally.
I liked where the creepy string sounds like synced up with the jaw.
Oh yeah.
You catch that? Yeah.
Yeah. It's better than 2.
What? Everything is better than 2.
That's what I'm saying. It's better than 2. That's all I'm saying.
Oh.
But anyway, yeah. This. I mean, honestly, I'd see this. I wouldn't throw this on the finger list. I'm intrigued, and I have to imagine.
We should come up. We do it every year, a finger list for this January list at the end.
Okay, and we'll explain that.
We'll explain it to you, Jack.
Yeah. It looks like the makers might have actually decided to improve upon it and just steal a couple things. So I don't know.
Well,
I'm hopeful.
and although it comes out in January, what you'll find a lot of the times coming out in January are usually horror films, because studios, whether they have faith in it or not, if it doesn't get that Halloween release, if it doesn't get that late summer release, there's really nowhere else to put it where it's going to kind of make money. So they kind of dump a lot of their horror films in January, whether it's screen tested well or not.
Yeah.
So
that's
just kind of how it goes.
They don't understand horror films to begin with.
This is true. Oh, you know what? What I want to mention real quick. Nearly all of these trailers, not every one, I would say maybe 8 of the 10, they have this little, anywhere from 3 to 5 to 10 seconds of a kind of a micro trailer than the actual trailer.
Yeah,
and
I've seen that.
Fucking can't stand that.
I agree. It's horrible.
I do not understand the concept of it. I'm already about to watch your fucking trailer. Why do I need this micro trailer too?
You know why? Because somebody had a boardroom meeting and a nice oak table. You know the one I'm talking about.
Nice mahogany,
and
waxed.
And they algorithms and everything. And they're telling me that based on this percentage and this percentage,
most people don't watch past the first 3 seconds.
Or most people turn away after the first 3 or 4 seconds, whatever. So it's like, so they're filling that gap where they think people are turning away because they don't like what they've already seen in 5 seconds, when in reality they're just going back because they hit the wrong fucking thing.
It's impossible to tell.
And where are we as a society that our attention spans have gotten that bad? I mean,
We're right here, Joey. Or here.
I'm right here.
I'm just saying. Now, I'm not saying anyone that's in this podcast right now, but as a society, people's attention spans are at an all-time low.
Yeah.
I mean, look at some of these. Look at some of the titles. Look at some of the titles of these movies. Underwater.
We have a lot of trailers ahead of the show. Let's dial it back a little.
Underwater. Okay, that's a great name. All right, coming up next.
Hold on. I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
My first thought after finishing the Grudge trailer was, Joey, you got to do worse than this. What's next?
A little film called Like a Boss. You ready?
Yeah, just say when.
All right, let's do it. No. No.
First thought, not for me.
No.
Like it was.
No.
The movie's not for.
It's not for really anyone. No.
I wasn't going to judge the potential person who would be interested in that movie, but
I don't care. It has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with the all female cast.
No.
I'm all for that. It's about 2 bad business people that get taken over
by a big corporation,
or a big corporate and don't like it.
Yep. And take a company back.
And so the whole thing is about women running around talking about being tough business people.
And some like raunchy humor that
And of
didn't
course,
really land.
And of course, it has to be fucking cosmetics.
Mm.
Of course it is.
Well, have I found my fingerless film already? That's a big possibility.
Yeah, yeah.
We got a lot more to go, but
yeah,
it's a big possibility we've already found it.
Okay, maybe it's more empowering to them that at the end of the trailer she mentions her coochie, but I can't even think of any films I like that end with somebody talking about their dick.
No.
So I don't think that's sexist at all for me to think it's not a funny line.
No, definitely no.
All right,
I think we just need to move on.
I think I watched the 3-second trailer and noped out after that first time.
Well, and you should have. See, they're getting rid of all this stuff we need.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on to the next film.
Right.
First of all, very quickly, The Grudge opens up tomorrow, January 3rd. Like a Boss opens up January 10th, and so does this next film, which is starring Kristen Stewart in Underwater.
Yeah,
stupid. I haven't heard in a while.
Stupid
Just say
movie
the word,
title.
we're ready.
All right, go for it.
One last time.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
that looks great.
That looks generic as well.
Hollywood has been trying to make underwater films. Get it? Underwater. They've been trying to make movies at the bottom of the sea forever. And I hate to say this, but the best one is probably still James Cameron's The Abyss.
That was
yes.
Okay. I couldn't remember the name.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, this was
and
like
that
a
movie,
version of The Abyss.
That movie's 30 fucking years old.
It's still good.
And it's probably the best one.
Can actually, up until the walls start exploding water and everything, and even then, you could go and just find all the other like underwater action or any films of this genre, and you could get those exact scenes and just splice them together and recreate that actual whole scene.
Oh yeah.
Every single shot was just like, I've seen this in 10 other films.
Easy.
That cutter board, cookie cutter.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh,
and
now
really...
Bella. Still cannot
Kristen
act.
Stewart. Kristen Stewart.
We don't know if Kristen Stewart cannot act. We haven't seen her act in the trailer.
No, I've seen. She does not act.
No.
She cannot act.
I'm just saying.
She's a horrible actress. She's not going to be acting in this. The biggest act. That's why they had to shave her fucking hair off, so you'd forget who she is, because that's the only way she can emote. Although I will now, Jack was pointing out with like the letters at the end. It's just like Alien. It's like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. They spelled out the whole fucking thing. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Well, this
also monsters don't look scary. That's
right. Oh, definitely.
They should just call them water monsters. The name of the movie should just be Water Monster.
They look like water monsters, patterned after the ghost monsters in Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But what I was going to say is, as we're watching this trailer, I recognize that the one guy with the Rastafarian stuff is what's his face from Deadpool.
Oh yeah, T.J. Miller.
There we go.
And I had a flashback because I said the exact same about this film while we were watching the trailer as I did when I saw Alien. What was the last one? Was Covenant, right?
Oh yeah, Alien Covenant.
I hated that.
Yeah. What was the one before that?
Prometheus?
No.
That's Prometheus.
Prometheus. It was Prometheus, then Alien Covenant.
Right. So Alien Covenant, it's starring that comedic actor.
Yeah.
T.J. Miller.
No, that's this film. I'm talking about
oh.
Alien Covenant. I can't remember his name because I'm out of my mind right now.
I don't remember it either.
And I can remember his name. So we're all stuck.
The guy from The Fistfoot Way from he's been in a bunch of stuff. He did the Halloween movie.
Oh, blah 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 blah. Danny McBride.
Thank you.
Okay.
My bad. I just couldn't remember his name. I remember watching the trailer for Alien Covenant and seeing Danny McBride, and I thought the exact same thing about T.J. Miller in this trailer. So, you know what? At least he's making money off this.
Yeah.
You know the most enjoyable scenes are going to involve, and did involve, Danny McBride, and will probably involve T.J. Miller.
Oh, just
and I can guarantee you they kill him way too soon.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But that's why they're there, because they realize these films need somebody strong to carry them, because it ain't going to be your female lead. But no, beyond anything about the individual actors, we've all seen this 100 times before. Yep. They might as well just re-release The Abyss with a different name and not told anybody.
Yep.
We updated the graphics on The Abyss. We digitally recreated James Cameron.
We made we made every character Chris Elliott.
Oh boy.
They could do that now.
I'm sure they could.
That'd be great.
Oh, I would pay so much money to see that.
We'd spend so much.
But I'd probably want to kill myself before the end.
All right.
What's sir?
Let's move on. We're moving on to January 17th, which is the following week. And it's going to be Bad Boys for Life. Also starts off with a fucking micro trailer.
Yes.
So
everyone.
Not everyone. 7, 8 of the 10 have it. All right, go. I'll watch it. I mean, there's no way I'm not watching this. Just not going to pay money to go see it in a theater.
I would.
I know you would.
I know you, Jack.
I don't know.
Why?
I guess actually there's no good reason to not see it in a theater, except the main thing is you're basically paying for the big screen experience and all those explosions.
Yeah, it's worth it.
That's worth it, I think.
Yeah.
But Michael Bay didn't even direct this.
Wait, it's not Michael Bay?
Is not
Michael Bay involved somehow?
Yeah, he is.
I can look it up, but if Michael Bay is anything, he's probably a producing credit, and that's it.
He's not going to let somebody fuck up his show. No. I have faith in Michael Bay.
He's done, man. He's done with Transformers. He's done with this. Why wouldn't he come back to do Bad Boys? Like, seriously. The dude...
Maybe he's just had it with the industry. Who knows?
No, because he just came out with a film with Ryan Reynolds this month, or last month, called Six Underground.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen that yet.
Which went straight to streaming, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, it went theatrical and then streaming, like, the same day. So, Bad Boys for Life does not have Michael Bay attached to it. It looks like Anywhere, and it has 2 directors, and they're not related. So it is not like the Safdie brothers. It's not like the brothers, the McMullen or whatever. It's not any of that stuff.
How many writers? How many writers?
There are 3 screenwriters and 2 story writers.
Wow.
Well, some of that's going to be based on characters created by blah,
No,
blah.
there's an extra credit for George Gallo, which is characters.
Okay.
So there's 5 people involved on this script.
Interesting.
And we still got the we're black, we'll pull ourselves over line anyway.
I like that.
See, I pointed that. I was like, not sure about that one. And Scott was like, oh, shut up.
That's just as great as the line from Men in Black 3.
Which one?
Where the cops pull him over and he's like, just because I'm a black man doesn't mean I stole this car.
That's
funny.
funny.
I did steal it. Yeah, it was
That's funny though.
What?
That's funny though.
I thought this one was funny too.
I don't know.
Also, let's look at it this way, Joey. This is such a great occasion because if this is the last Bad Boys film, that means Martin Lawrence is retiring.
His face looked really like in some shots it looked kind of normal, and then in some shots it almost looked like he had a reaction to medication or something.
Whatever it is, I hope it forces him into early retirement. And then he feels great afterwards.
Of course.
I have no ill will towards him.
Okay, you just don't want to see him anything else.
Yeah. After he's retired and gotten used to it, total remission. I'm cool with that.
There's 7 producing credits. Will Smith being one of the main producers.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Bruckheimer, which makes sense because he's a Michael Bay guy. So Bruckheimer's been involved with Bad Boys since the original film.
I would imagine that like one of the main drives behind this is that Will Smith's just doing as much as he can before he can't do action anymore. Why else would you do Gemini Man? What other reason would you have to do Gemini Man?
Well, because Ang Lee calls you, and most people don't say no to him.
They should. He makes horrible films.
Well,
he's got some good ones in there, but he's made some complete shit.
Oh, of course he has. Of course he has.
Yeah.
But Ang Lee calls you, and it's like, okay, yeah, you've been nominated for a ton of Oscars. I don't think Gemini Man's going to be one of those films, but even hit or miss, Ang Lee is due for a hit. Obviously, didn't happen with Gemini Man. The second I saw the trailer, I'm like, this thing ain't going to make money.
I'm sorry, Ang Lee calls me. I'm reading the script first. I don't care.
If Ang Lee calls you, you're going.
No, I'm reading the script first. I'm not going to be in Gemini Man.
Yes, you are.
I'd probably be in Gemini Man. I'd be a background character with no lines.
Being a Gemini, I would be in Gemini Man.
I'm surprised Gemini Man isn't coming out in January. What the fuck's that? Were they looking for an Oscar bid? Come on.
It's Ang Lee. Ang Lee doesn't get movies released in January.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. What's that was January 17th, right?
That is January 17th.
What else we got in line for January 17th?
We've got a film called The Wave, which I read the premise for this. I read the premise for it, and I really think this is going to be a studio doesn't get it January release. Not this movie is bad January release. So, you let me know when you're ready.
So you think it's one that what's the logic behind that again?
I think it's going to be the studios don't get it, and that's why they pushed it in January instead of
that. All right.
Oh, okay. You didn't hear him.
I heard him, but I just didn't understand. Now
it probably didn't test screen well because I think audiences might not get it either, which makes me want to watch it even more.
A random audience may not get it. Yeah,
makes me want to watch it even more.
All right, let's shoot this.
You ready? Go.
Have you ever woken up from a dream so real that for a moment you can't remember where you are? This is a lot like that. 16 years. That's more than a third of my life leading up to this moment right here.
You found a discrepancy.
I found a misrepresentation.
Holy, that's one hell of a payout.
We should celebrate. Let's go out.
So, what do you do?
I'm an attorney.
Why, do you like a public defender?
Cold corporate faceless guy. All the way.
Really?
I feel like people keep looking at me weird.
Oh, they're just wondering why I brought my dad.
So who's going to go first?
Okay.
How long till this stuff is supposed to kick in?
It's going to hit you like a wave.
You took drugs from a complete stranger.
That's it. I don't know what happened.
You alright?
We need to find the guy from the party. We need to find him right now.
Give me back my drugs!
The universe is trying to tell you something. Pay attention. You still think you're on drugs?
The universe knows what it wants. Balance. Fighting that will just throw your life into chaos.
You're almost there. You're going to make this right.
That's a twist.
I'll probably watch that.
I mean, I'm in.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah!
I'm fucking in.
I'm a Justin Long fan. The film the film was meant for an audience of me. I gotta say it. Anything that's like that kind of trippy existential.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Studios didn't get it, and I guarantee you, it didn't test screen well either, because.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's January.
Well,
oh yeah, I'm there. I can't wait to see this fucking thing.
I think it might end up being a decent date film for that weekend.
I don't know.
No, seriously, with the other stuff it's up against, what else is out there that you're going to take that as a guy, if you're on a date with a woman, something that you'd enjoy too?
Yeah.
This is
Boys
the
for
closest. She's not going to like Bad Boys for Life.
You don't know that.
I'm going to make a good guess. It's not a date film.
Who?
I took a date to 7. I know
Okay.
what a date film is.
Well, that was a bad idea from the beginning.
Yes.
Did you know what the movie was?
No, it was a bad idea through the ending. Yeah, that's how. Yeah, I knew it was going to be that kind of film.
Okay.
But sometimes I forget that other people don't like those kind of films. I forget that I'm a
fair.
freak.
Yeah.
It's not intentional.
Yeah.
What's next, sir?
All right. Same weekend. I mean, January 17th is chock full of movies. We have Dr. Dolittle.
Oh, boy.
Now, Robert Downey Jr. decided to stop being Iron Man so that he could do movies like Dr. Dolittle, apparently. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
So I noticed a sense of sarcasm in your voice
It's like,
there, Joey.
It's like, I need a break from being Iron Man so I can explore and do other things. It's like, come on, really? And this is what we get?
If we needed a remake of Dr. Dolittle, it's about time. That's all I'm saying.
It's about time. All right, are you ready?
I was hoping for a sequel to Chaplin. I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah,
why
you
not?
say when.
All right, go.
Just like.
Dude, that's the end of the movie.
Yeah, it's not the end of the movie.
I hope it's the end of the movie. Because that's why it's released in fucking January, because no one can make smart decisions.
I just want to know who decided it was time to bring Enya back.
And also,
Enya.
Dr. Dolittle.
Now, to be fair, if I had a choice between watching this and watching the Eddie Murphy Dr. Dolittle, I'm down with Robert Downey Jr.
Right.
Well, of course. But the Eddie Murphy Dolittle did not come out in January.
Oh, of course not. It was Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, you would think that Robert Downey Jr. would have enough star power to not have it released in January.
To not have to do Dr. Dolittle?
I don't
he
know.
chose to do Dr. Dolittle. Let's get that correct right now.
Yeah.
Well, what other kids' films are coming out in January?
That's the only one.
That's it. There you go.
Also,
there's your reason.
I mean, they've never got animal mouths right with talking.
Well, that's why they're treating them so comically now. That's not supposed to be. It's a
Exactly.
fantasy. And,
Well, the fact that they're CGI animals at all is probably one of the reasons why it didn't test well either.
It's also the only reason it was remade is that you can do it easily now with CGI.
Yeah.
So, and that's why you stick it in January where there are no other kids films at all. That's the only film choice you've got for a new kids film.
Yeah, that is the only kids film in January.
That'll guarantee, and it's halfway into this month. That's going to guarantee them a strong opening. And I hate to talk numbers like that, but I can't think of any other reason.
It's
for this
coming
film to
out the
exist.
same weekend as Bad Boys for Life. Doolittle is like PG or PG-13. Obviously, Bad Boys is rated R. So
I feel like Doolittle's probably PG.
I got to say this: even if it's a good film, I don't know if I can handle that accent for a whole movie.
It's okay to be afraid.
It's like, is this Scottish?
I don't know what it is.
I couldn't like.
You're British.
I'm from the Isle.
This is a British person who knows about British accents.
You can't tell,
and he can't place that.
I couldn't place that accent.
I think it's like Irish or Scottish.
That's not. Doesn't sound. I mean, again, it doesn't sound like any Irish accent I've ever heard.
It doesn't sound like anything I want to listen to for 2 hours. That's all I'm saying.
It sounds like it's like a combination of Scottish and Irish. You know what it kind
Game of Thrones accent.
You know what he kind of sounded like? To be completely honest, Mrs. Doubtfire. A little bit like Mrs. Doubtfire.
I think I'd rather sit through Fran Drescher's one-woman performance of the vagina monologues than sit through that. Listen to that. I'll take it. I'll take it on the chin.
Okay.
Not a good one.
All right. The last film to end that weekend of January 17th is a film called VHS. Now,
this I have not heard of.
This is a limited release, but it is a theatrical release. And the idea intrigued me enough. It probably doesn't belong in the January list, but it probably does. I haven't seen the trailer yet. But if it is what I think it's going to be, it probably was misunderstood by test audiences and studios anyway. And that's why it's coming out in January.
Interesting. All right. Say the word.
All right. Go.
My name is Ralph, and I just got this camera.
To kind of balance the muzzle of the gun while they shot Skeet.
My Easter nightmare.
This is the beginning of the fall of mankind.
Blast it off!
We have to have lesbian sex and orgasm multiple times.
Wait. So you're telling me you can record late night TV with this stuff and watch it in your room later?
Genuinely bipolar.
Okay, well, I wasn't that before I met you.
Okay.
I'm just saying. So
That's called projection. When you project your problems onto other people, it's called projection.
I'm not a drunk.
That staining actually is blood.
And a cabinet full of lucky bones and hair.
What's so funny?
Nothing.
Ralph, did you put a tape in that?
Yeah,
Was it blank?
I think so. If you find this video, we're probably dead.
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, that looks amazing.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of video mixtapes, such as Video Armageddon, Lost and Found, Video Night. This just looks like it took the ideas of that and made a movie.
Yeah.
So I know already I'm going to fucking enjoy this a lot.
And I recognize quite a few people in that trailer, too.
Oh, yeah, they got real people to be in this thing.
Yeah.
So it's obviously it's a little indie film, but with like big ideas. That
man, I would be hard pressed to decide whether to see that or
The Wave.
The Wave. If I was at a theater trying to pick one, both of those are very tempting.
Yeah, very.
Those are my two. I would choose either of those over Bad Boys for Life. I'll admit it.
I hope so.
That's fair.
I hope so.
Hey, I don't know. I still want to see it. I'm just saying, if I came down to that decision, it's
Right.
lower on my list than something.
Yeah.
Something that looks like they strive for something innovative and not just bigger and better. That's just me.
Yeah.
So that's it for January 17th, correct?
That's done January 17th. Now we're moving to January 24th.
The last weekend of January.
No, the last weekend is the 31st. There are two films coming out.
You didn't send me any for the 31st.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
I didn't?
Yep.
Either that or you didn't label them.
Oh, well, there's two films for the 31st. Hold on a second. Are you sure?
Well, 2 for the 24th.
How many are for the 24th?
What did I put on the 24th? 2.
Okay. Yeah, you
just didn't label it.
You lost the label in there. I've got all 4. I've got the 4 remaining trailers.
Fine. Yeah, the last. Okay, so fine. Oh, I forgot
Crisis
to put January.
averted, confusion solved.
There you
We're
go.
on the road. What's next?
We're back on it. All right, so moving to January 24th, we are going to watch the trailer for The Turning.
Oh boy.
You ready?
I don't know if I've seen this. Hang on, give me 1 second.
Sure.
Minor setup on my part.
All right, go.
Eh.
That's a hard no from me.
Yeah.
The,
I get
Stranger
hopeful.
Things kid just completely overacting.
Yeah, I get hopeful halfway through the trailer because it's like, oh, maybe something more in depth with the kids going on and everything, and maybe there's psychological stuff going on.
It seems like it's just a ghost.
Yeah, but then like the last 15 seconds, it's we get the spider out of that mouth, the ghostly apparition, the ghost hand from the
creepy
Grudge.
crawly hand.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this movie's the trailer's trying way too hard.
Thing.
And I don't know. I not a, you know me. I don't like haunted house films to begin with.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. It's a little extra. So yeah, that's a no.
Between the three of us, I probably hated it the least. I get that feeling. But it's still a no for me. But it's definitely not.
Well, the one shot in the trailer where he's with the drums and he's just like kind of staring at her, like it's just like to me, in that moment, I probably just would have backhanded him. Just like, fucking snap out of it.
Well, that's how I've always felt about
Drums.
drums. No, the Tom Cruise movie, the Alien Invasion.
Oh, War of the Worlds.
Fuck, War of the Worlds.
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you. I got 12 others stuck in my head. Yeah, but yeah, the little kid. I'll believe an alien invasion, but I will not buy this dock-working father, separated father, went through that whole film without backhanded one or both of them at least once.
When they're driving away,
negative about his character either. That's just like there's only so much caterwauling you can take in the middle of the fucking apocalypse.
When they're driving away and Dakota Fanning just screams at the top of her lungs, "Is it the terrorists?" That's a backhand right there.
Like my arm was trying to do it. It's instinctual. It's like stop it, Tom. What are you doing?
Is it the terrorists?
Tim Robbins would have smacked the shit out of her, and she would have been quiet.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm not saying that was the better character in the film, but it would have been.
The Denzel Washington film that she was in. What was that one called?
Who?
She was in that film with Denzel Washington where she gets kidnapped and Denzel Washington Dakota Fanning.
Dakota
Fanning. I don't know.
I haven't seen that one.
What
was it?
No, it was. Fuck.
What was he?
He was like the bodyguard.
The Bodyguard?
Yeah.
Oh no, are you talking about Man on Fire?
Man on Fire.
Yeah, Man on Fire.
Okay. That movie is that movie is so fucking good that when she gets kidnapped, I'm happy because she's not in it for like the other 99% of the movie.
Oh, she's not that bad.
She's kind of annoying.
Yeah, well, she definitely was. When she's annoying, though, she's supposed to be. I mean,
but
come on.
She gets kidnapped, and then Denzel Washington goes on a mad craze to find her and just fucks everyone up, and it's awesome.
And that's been made. That film's been made several times. It's based on a novel. There's actually a series of novels about the character.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
It's like, yeah, there's like 3 of them, I think. I forget. I haven't read them, but I know of them, and they're on my list. I have them somewhere. But yeah. So that's interesting. I know of at least 2 other versions of that movie from like the 70s and 80s.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I really liked Man on Fire. I thought it was the best film that came out that year, which I think was 2003.
Can I just specify that when I'm saying that Tom Cruise should spin around and smack Dakota Fanning, right. I'm not saying that Tom Cruise should actually smack Dakota Fanning. We're talking about characters in a film.
Yes.
I'm not actually wishing one actor to physically harm the minor actor. Other ones, we're talking about characters in a movie.
I didn't think that needed to be brought up because I don't think anyone was thinking that. But I guess thank you for the clarification.
Well, once you started getting to hating Dakota Fanning enough that she wasn't in the film, the rest of that, I was like, did you think I hate Dakota Fanning?
No, I was saying that I hated her character in Man on Fire.
Okay, I was like, I just want to make sure this didn't suddenly become like it's like one of those things you're online chatting, and next to you, am I in an incel group? What happened? I was just trying to find out what the bands are playing locally. What the fuck is this? It's easy. It happens. I just make sure I didn't have one of those moments.
So moving on, the next January release is a film called The Gentleman, directed by Guy Ritchie. Now, I have a feeling that this is also a studio not having faith and or not test screening well, a la Revolver.
Yep.
Oh, well, they just don't trust Guy Ritchie, period.
Well, they trusted him enough for the Sherlock Holmes films, which did really well.
Yeah, I don't think they thought there was going to do nearly as well as they did. I'll be honest.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. But I have a feeling that this movie is being released here in January. I believe it was already released in the UK, which makes sense because, that's where Guy Ritchie releases, I think, a lot of his films first. And then when they come here, they don't test well. They get released in January.
Because they're intelligent films.
Exactly. So I have a feeling that, because I haven't watched this trailer yet, I've seen a couple of TV spots because that's coming out this month.
That's a good trailer.
Let's go ahead and watch the trailer.
Hang on one second. All right, you say the word and we'll...
All right.
That looks so good.
I'm ready. I want to see it. And I really, unlike Robert Downey Jr.'s accent, I do like Hugh.
Colin Farrell?
No, what's his
Hugh
face?
Grant?
Hugh Grant's accent.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Sorry.
Just something kind of fun about it.
Hey, you had me at Matthew McConaughey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Selling weed?
Aaron.
As long as it's not a romantic comedy, I'm down with McConaughey. Yeah. I don't care what I liked. That shitty Serenity. I actually like it just because of him.
I wonder if it didn't test well here because Matthew McConaughey is a known big pothead proprietor of weed.
No,
however you want to call him.
No one gives a shit about that.
Yeah, I doubt.
No. That's not what I'm getting at.
Okay.
What I'm getting at is that because he's known as that, he is in a movie as a guy selling weed, and people are taking it like, oh, that's a stretch. I don't like the concept.
No, I think it's because I think it's Guy Ritchie. He is a particular brand of, British people being gangsters, which does not fly really that well with American audiences.
True.
Joey has this weird thought in his head that people don't go to see films for political reasons, and it's not or biases against individual actors, and that doesn't happen in the real world.
Yes,
I have to say it.
Some people must.
It absolutely does.
We talk about Tom Cruise all the time because he's convinced.
Are you fucking dude?
Jumping up and down on the couch. We're not going to get into it again.
With social media being everywhere, and the fact that if someone says that I don't like this, and enough people agree, it catches like wildfire. Come on.
No.
That's why shitty movies make a lot of money, and that's why good movies don't sometimes. It just social media is everywhere, and it can predict and it can move certain things in certain ways.
What social group would be offended by that?
No, social media.
Aspect of it.
Social media. Not social
No,
groups.
but what I'm saying is for social media, it requires that it be a certain group that is offended by.
No, it doesn't. You could go on and not have any friends whatsoever, and you will still have advertisements thrown at you.
I don't care who you are, with very few exceptions. The only guidance towards whether you pay to see a movie in a theater, to sit down and dedicate yourself to a nonstop production, is whether or not it's going to entertain you. That is it.
A lot of the times, yes.
With very few exceptions.
There are some ideologies that are so...
The mass majority...
Oh, yes.
The mass majority we're talking about, asses in seats, the widest net,
of course,
don't give a shit. They're going to see the film if they think it's funny or not. That's why trailers are more important than critics.
Yep.
Because critics tell you whether or not the film's, give you details and they get all artsy with it. Trailer, you can actually tell whether or not it's your kind of film.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Gentlemen, it's too smart for American audiences. That's why it's in January.
Probably.
No, I would never say that.
All right.
I can.
There you go.
We're down to the last two. The last two that I put on the list. There was a couple of others that I just didn't feel like putting on. They were limited releases. There's one other wide release. I think it's called The Last Full Measure, which it's a Christian film. Oh. And it's only being released in January, not because it tested poorly, but because that's where the studio put it. So I didn't feel it deserved to be on the list.
Who's in it?
Oh, I don't think there's anybody in it.
No, there's always somebody. Whether it's Kirk Cameron or Hercules.
Hercules. Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah, that's I've heard it both ways. I was thinking of Kevin Sorbo the Greek.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I'm okay. So The Last Full Measure is not the Christian film. That is a war film with Samuel L. Jackson.
That makes more sense.
Mm-hmm. And is that a full theatrical release?
It is.
Should probably watch it.
Yeah, I should probably get this thing real quick. Let me get it. I'll get it real quick.
What was the Christian film that you were talking about?
That one is gonna be Blind Eyes Opened.
Piece of fucking bing my fucking ass.
I recommend against binging your fucking ass.
Keep talking.
Okay, now you're putting me on the spot.
What was it again? What am I looking up?
The last film.
No. The Christian film is Blind Eyes Opened.
Eyes wide shut.
I feel like I've seen this trailer.
Blind Eyes Opened.
Blind Eyes Opened. Oh, what is this fucking thing about? I still haven't watched God's Not Dead 3.
Documentary diving into sex trafficking.
Oh, it's a documentary.
Oh, it is?
This isn't a Christian film. It's a Christian documentary.
Oh.
Not all darkness that fuels demand.
Not all Christians are bad, Joey.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Not all Christians are bad.
I never said that.
He saw Christian. What happened was Joey saw Christian and assumed it was a Christian propaganda film, of which I'm a huge fan. I just got the Left Behind movie with Nicolas Cage. I got to watch that.
Left Behind.
Nicolas Cage.
No. Blind Eyes Open is.
He had to buy another castle. That's why he did that.
Yeah, he's still paying off the last one. What are you talking about? It's a documentary about sex trafficking. Nothing to do about Kevin Zorba.
Well, yeah, it's just an explicitly Christian documentary, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's a documentary. Yeah. I mean, that's the Christian part doesn't really matter.
I imagine it does matter.
Highlighting survivors' transformation through Christ.
Right, but it is dealing with sex trafficking, so it's.
But it's just saying, okay, but after you're done being sex trafficked, make sure that you
give us
remember Jesus.
Yeah. So, I can imagine that would be very comforting for somebody who's gone through that.
I mean, I wouldn't watch this because I'm sure it means well, but a Christian documentary diving into the sex trafficking industry and in the U.S. exposing the darkness that fuels demand. I think I know what that darkness is. I think we know about that. That's not really a new darkness. This isn't Human Centipede. This is something we're quite familiar with.
No new darkness there.
Only old darkness.
Highlighting survivors' transformations through Christ and showing Christ as the hope for all involved.
That's what I'm saying. I think the being Christian part is very important.
Well, now we've read the whole thing. You are correct. I was trying to be nice, but yeah. So
I can't let you do that, Scott.
Yeah, it's like we're here about the sex trafficking, but did we tell you about Jesus? I mean, some of these
I have a feeling it's going to be like that.
Some of these young girls that were raped repeatedly and sold off like chattel. Some of them have found great solace in Christ.
Yeah,
wouldn't you?
And don't look at our churches.
So I sent you a link for the trailer for The Last Full Measure. We should watch that next. So cue it up and let me know when you're ready.
Oh, we're doing that right now.
Yeah, it's the same weekend, so we have to.
I was in a groove.
Just open another tab.
Out of the groove.
You don't know what I'm doing. You don't know.
You're right. I don't know what you're doing because if I knew, I would probably be yelling at you.
No, most likely. Yeah. No, trust me. This is the best situation possible.
Say when.
Just say when.
All right.
No, I don't think it is the Miley Massacre.
I don't think it matters what it is.
Well, I mean...
You know what I took away from that trailer? You know what I took away from that trailer?
What did you take away?
Holy shit, Christopher Plummer is still alive. I didn't realize that. I mean, I'm happy he's still alive, but I didn't realize it.
And
the film we just watched.
Yeah, Knives Out.
Knives Out, yeah.
He was great in Knives Out.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen that yet.
You know
it's really good. You should watch it.
Yeah, we just watched it tonight. You know I don't care for war films.
I know. But
you also know that I watched Hacksaw Ridge, and I thought it was a great film.
Hacksaw Ridge is a very different war movie.
It is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, I'm not biased against war films.
No. But I think one of the reasons why this probably didn't test well and the studios probably didn't have much faith in it is because everyone has already seen Hacksaw Ridge. And it seems like this film plays a lot on what that film already did.
Yeah. I think it's also just there's a bajillion Vietnam War movies.
Well, they're never going to stop making those. But
here's where it falls apart. It's based on a true story. So what they're doing is they're instead of like looking at what actually happened and just making that whole thing the film.
Yeah. It's the investigative journalist.
Right, so everybody watches this and knows, okay, so there's going to be 10 minutes of flashbacks, and the rest of it's going to be guys in ties talking to each other.
Yeah, uncovering this conspiracy or secret agenda that they had, and it's going to have this big reveal and ...
You know, and it's one of the reasons why films that other people like Bridge of Spies or Spotlight, it's boring. It's dull. We know what's going to happen. This is history.
Yeah.
There's nothing exciting about it, for me at least. At this point, all I'm looking at cinematography and acting, and what the fuck? I do like a story to follow. Yeah. And this is just, okay, the Vietnam War was wrong. We did a lot of things we covered up. I've heard this story before. It's called history.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm
not saying it looks like a bad film. I'm saying
I would pay for it at theaters.
I have no interest in seeing it at all.
Zero. I think if I were to see this, it would only, and it's not because it came out in January, but if it was, say, nominated for an Oscar for any reason, say Best Picture, let's say was like that, we would be forced to watch it. Otherwise, I have zero desire to see this, and I won't actually even seek it out. I probably won't add it to my Plex or any of that.
Yeah, but it's not it's not fingerless material. It's just eh.
Nah, it's very eh. All right. So now we are moving to the weekend of January 31st, the last weekend in January. And the first film is called The Rhythm Section. Right. According to the synopsis, a woman's family is killed in a plane crash, and she's trying to get revenge or find out who did it and get revenge. So
I thought it was going to be.
I don't know if I've heard of this or seen it.
I didn't know about it till today. All right, are you ready? Go. You know what I like about that trailer?
Everything?
Well, yeah, but you know what I like about it? I mean, I'm a sucker for a vigilante flick, good revenge film every time.
Especially when it's a woman.
Oh yeah, strong female lead.
Oh,
but you know what I like about?
Usually, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, what I like about the trailer is it looks like she is learning this shit as she goes along. She just doesn't come in. It's like, she's been a special op for 10 years. She knows how to do this stuff. It's like, somebody killed my family, and I'm going to figure this shit out as I go and make them all pay.
Kind of like Blue Ruin, something like that, where it's a believable person.
Yeah.
I still watch that.
Oh, it's great.
I heard. Yeah.
Now,
of Green Room.
And what was I going to say at the beginning of that?
Everything
about that trailer was good.
Yeah.
Fuck, I was going to say something, but you started going on. Not you, him.
Well, I wasn't done talking, and you were talking over me.
I know, and then I stopped and gave you the leeway and promptly forgot what I was going to say.
Well, you said, you know what, ... That's what you said. I said, you know what I like about that trailer?
Now I don't know what.
And then you said, well, you know what? I think you were going to say something that you liked about possibly the plot structure, her, that she's a strong female lead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I like revenge films, and I said I specifically I really like female revenge films. Unfortunately, that was what I wanted to say. Most of them cinematically are rape revenge films.
Yes.
So it's nice to have the experience of that kind of revenge film that doesn't involve that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, if you haven't seen it yet, there's a similar type revenge film. It's called A Vigilante.
A Vigilante.
A Vigilante. Get it.
Really?
See it. It's fucking awesome.
All right.
Gonna write
and it's
that
right
down.
Up if we're talking about women revenge films, it's right up the alley. And if you get a chance, maybe watch that with that other that other film, The Destroyer.
The one with Nicole Kidman.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that yet, and I've been wanting to.
I've seen them both. Watch them together
at the same time.
Make it a double. Not at the same
Intercutting.
time. No, but nice double feature there.
Oh man, I grabbed Destroyer. I watched the first few minutes, and I was completely just enthralled. I was in, and I had to stop watching it because I know Mare wants to see it. So it's one of those.
Well, tell her she's got a time limit.
I agree.
I said she has to adhere to that, or you watch it without her because you can't wait for that.
No, I agree.
Oh, you got my back on this one.
Awesome. All right, last film.
Outspoken.
Last film to end the month.
Oh, no.
Yeah, what the fuck is this?
Gretel and Hansel. So I guess there's been so many.
This.
There's so many Hansel and Gretel movies and takes on that. They decided to put the name backwards.
Yep.
Is that the only reason?
I'm guessing because there's no other reason to have done it. It's just to make it different and I guess possibly stand out a little bit. So you let me know when you're ready. It's the last one.
Yep.
Ready? Go. It's a big meh from me.
Yeah.
I gotta say,
the only bit that was like remotely like shocking in any way was just the guy putting the hot poker in his mouth because I wasn't expecting it.
That's around where I turned around and started wanting to see this.
Yeah.
Not specifically for that.
I don't know why they opened with the frankly not super great child actors just talking.
I don't know, but that's
the
the
girl.
first half. I'm like, oh, this is just like a weird take. Then I was like, all right, and then I was when I saw the hanging boots, it's like, oh, they're doing fucking Blair Witch with Gretel and Hansel. What the fuck is good? But then by the end of it, I was like, you know what? I want to see what they're doing with Hansel and Gretel. It's about.
It's not going to be good.
At least it's not Jeremy Renner with a crossbow.
Yeah,
That's true.
Oh man, that movie.
I still have not watched that film all the way through.
It's not good.
I got half an hour in, and I gave up.
I haven't seen it at all. I haven't seen it at all.
You don't have to.
I know. But
No,
you do.
I do.
You kind
I
of
do. Come on.
Kind of do. But
the girl in this that's the girl from the It films.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. It is.
I noticed her immediately. Let's see. Is this rated R?
Now,
or is it rated PG? It's PG-13. There isn't going to be anything in this. It's like that movie, The Turning. It's all jump scares and garbage.
You're all right.
Wait, The
At
Turning's
least
also
the
PG-13?
fucking Grudge. At least the Grudge is rated R.
Yeah.
You know that.
Who wants to watch a PG-13 horror movie?
That tips it.
Nah.
I need more than that.
Fuck yeah.
Because now
if a man inserts a hot poker into his mouth, he better push it in all the way.
That better not be where the actual scene cuts in that film. That should be them cutting it short. But now I think
100% be.
No, it's just like
PG-13. That's where that scene stops.
Yep.
It's the equivalent of drinking hot soup at that point. A PG-13 hot poker. Like, oh, I burned my tongue. I can't believe I burned my tongue again. It's like, come on, give me a fucking break.
Was that really violent film I watched recently? Man, I get. I've seen some really violent shit in the past couple weeks. I don't.
What did we watch?
Man, even stuff like Hellboy, the new Hellboy. When I watched that,
that's
it's like this
weirdly
is
violent.
This is horribly bloody.
It was insanely violent.
I mean, I wasn't put off my spaghetti. I was just like, oh,
all
right.
That's some guts.
Yeah, but just the other day I was watching something that was just like, bam.
I did watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood just a few days ago.
Oh, yes. Yes, you have not seen it yet.
I have not seen it.
Yes. The only negative I have against it, no spoilers, is that it feels like the first and second act just feel like a setup for the third act punchline.
Yeah, a little bit.
I really don't feel like... I feel like I was in a long setup for the ending instead of a film. My only complaint.
I think watching it a second time might alleviate that a little bit.
Possibly.
You know, you might catch... I have a feeling I would catch certain things that I might have missed while trying to, watching it the first time.
But, like, this late in the game, knowing Tarantino's styles and how he does things,
right.
I got that feeling.
Yeah. Okay.
that this was like, again, that like Death Proof.
Oh, right.
Same thing as Death Proof.
Yep.
For the first two acts were just a setup for the big finale. That's all they're there for. So I like Death Proof. It's the only criticism I have. Well, we can talk about it more.
Yeah, well,
I'll
watch it and then we can talk about it.
And did you did see that the Quiet Place sequel trailer dropped today?
I did. Well, yesterday, and I watched it, and it looks pretty fucking good.
I haven't watched it.
Not
I'm
a January release, by the way.
Yeah.
Movie like that, it is not.
Yeah, I was to say we'd be covering it.
Oh, well, it could be next year. I don't know. I didn't know.
No. It comes out. It actually comes out in. It comes out in only 2.5 months.
2.5 months? That's quick.
It comes out in March. Well, what's funny about it is usually trailers will hit way sooner than that.
Gotcha.
Like when a trailer hits that late, it's usually because it's in post-production for a really long time.
Well,
So
that kind of film needs a lot of post-production.
The fact that, well, even with that, but a lot of the times that it isn't the way it usually happens. This film comes out in 2.5 months, and the trailer hit yesterday, which is crazy. That's, people knew it was being made. It just took a really...
Insane.
Calm down.
It's okay. So, important question.
Yes.
Finger list.
Oh, it's like a boss. There's no fucking way it's not. I would
Is
rather
this like the finger you would cut off?
Explain the finger list to Jack. Oh, you want me to? Okay. So the finger list is picture yourself at all of these movies.
Don't make a story out of it. What are you doing?
Imagine yourself in a room.
Imagine yourself at a movie theater, and all of these movies are playing at the same time.
It's an August day. It's an afternoon.
Yeah,
it's a little shady.
87 degrees. A couple of
lemon water.
Lemon water. The way the finger list works is you have to pick a film that you would rather cut your pinky finger off than to go see.
So like you're there with your date, and they say, "All right,
that's like a boss."
Yeah, and you're like, "Nope."
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
I would rather
Like a
cut
Boss.
off my pinky finger than to go see Like a Boss.
Okay, it's either Like a Boss or Dr. Dolittle.
Now I would see Dr. Dolittle in a heartbeat compared to Like a Boss.
I'm sorry. I don't know if I think Like a Boss is that bad. I really feel like for me, it's again the Grudge. I feel hopeful about. The turning.
Gretel and Hansel.
Actually,
Now I would see Gretel and Hansel before the Like a Boss.
Oh, Underwater. I forgot about
Underwater. Oh,
No, no, fuck that. Listen, just because they've made that movie 7 times already doesn't mean I'm not going to fucking watch Underwater.
Version of the movie
it's going to be boring. It's the exact same thing, and I got to watch Bella pretend to act. No. I'd rather see what's his face playing Batman.
Robert Pattinson.
Because that's the Twilight kid.
Yeah. Listen, let me tell you.
Yeah.
The Safdie brothers, they did Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler, which I haven't seen yet, but
I saw the trailer. I don't know. I'm not as impressed as you are.
I watched the first few minutes of it just to get an idea, and I really liked what I saw.
It's obviously an Oscar bid, and I'm sorry, Adam, no fucking way.
Well, I don't know, but I watched Good Time not that long ago, because I hadn't seen it yet, and that's also directed by the Safdie brothers, and that was fucking fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will watch that because I have not seen it yet, but I was looking. I was on my list, so
that's the same director as Underwater.
No. It's I'm talking about Robert Pattinson, how he's actually evolved as an actor.
Okay.
So he was in Good Time. He was in The Lighthouse.
He went on the Batman kick.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, everyone
started it.
Everybody is kind of worried about Robert Pattinson acting and aside from that being Batman, and the fact is he can actually act, and I have a feeling he's going to be a pretty good Batman, and if you just go by his resume, it's just going to prove that.
And I was negative about him until I found out that he was going around talking shit about the Twilight films. Then I was in.
Yeah.
Here's a person with integrity.
Because he wants to be a serious actor now.
Right. He's like, I'm sorry I did that shit. That's not who I want to be.
It was
Meanwhile, Bella's like, shave my head? Sure.
Well, I mean, he has, even though he's shit talking Twilight, the only reason why he is where he is now is because he got the notoriety from doing Twilight.
Yeah,
so yeah, he's shitting on it.
People help you become who you are.
He's shitting on it, but he's got to understand that he gets to do the cool stuff now because of it.
But his
dudes in the Twilight
I
line.
appreciate the honesty.
Of course.
So it's not like I trust him when he says that, and it makes me respect him more as an actor because, and also he didn't pull that shit like Richard Dreyfuss did, where he talked shit about it while it was coming out.
Yeah.
Oh,
He did it. He kept quiet. He took the fan base, everything, and then once it was all done, he said, "Yeah, you know what? I regret that.
I made a fuck ton of money, but now I get to do cool films like Good Times in the Lighthouse."
He's been pushing me to see The Lighthouse for the
Every
past
night.
2 weeks, and I just haven't been in the right frame of mind. But
You've seen it already, Jack?
No, I want to watch it.
Oh, okay.
but he's kind enough to wait to watch with me. I have someone to watch movies with, Joey.
That's awesome.
Until April. Then it all goes away.
I know. I go back to
But
the
then
old
I'll be
country.
there in April.
That's right. There you go.
So we'll trade out.
Right. I'll make sure he's out before you get in.
Yep. You wouldn't want that. That would be a terrible transition. Butting heads.
Fumigate all the British stuff. We'll take care of it.
That's okay. I'm not
All right.
worried.
So next week we want to do the long-awaited rollerball.
We will do rollerball.
I have to remember rollerball now.
We can rewatch it.
No, we don't have to.
You watched it?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you did?
I made him watch it with me.
I haven't seen it yet. Well, I mean, I've seen it, but I haven't watched it for the show yet.
I might watch the remake this
That
weekend.
was my
just to
first
be,
time watching it all the way through, so it was.
It's like my second or third.
It's a movie.
Yeah. But we won't. Not now. Save it for the show.
All right.
Save it.
Yeah.
So you got to save it for next week.
And if you have time, try watching the reboot because we might.
Not before we watch The Lighthouse.
Yeah, I could probably find time to watch both.
All right.
Definitely. And then after next week's episode, I imagine that following Thursday we'll do the Oscar nomination show.
Oscars. Yeah, and
All right.
and then the mad dash to try to watch them all before the fucking Oscars.
Last
We only
year,
have 3 weeks.
Last year, I'll say that I dare say that we were lucky. There were only 7 nominations last year. So that made the load a lot easier. Now, this year, on the other hand, I don't think we're going to be that lucky. I think we're going to have in excess of 8 films, possibly 10 for the first time ever. I just have that feeling. I'm hoping.
I don't have a good feeling about it.
We've seen a lot of these nominations when they come out, and that we could just
say that
kind of jump
Just
into
say
it.
that.
Well, should we talk about like what is being predicted to be nominated very quickly?
No.
No?
We can do
Okay.
that briefly next week. We'll have more time then. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine by me. All right. Well, this is the point in the show where we end it. And
Already?
What a terrible point.
well, we've been going
We've gone forever.
There are no points. Points don't exist.
Okay.
We've been going for an hour and 40 minutes. Hour and 38 to be exact.
And you want to talk more. What's going on?
I know. What the fuck's wrong with me? All right, I'm going to go play the theme music and get us the fuck out of here. All right, everybody, thank you, as always, for joining us for yet another episode of Moviesucktastic, episode 313 of the show. You can go to our website at moviesucktastic.com, and you can download, listen, or tune in live. Yeah, because you were supposed to record these.
I keep telling him we should record something to play it, and he's like, no, I got it. Don't worry about it.
Back in episode like 200 and something, Scott promised me that he would do bookends for the show, and it never happened.
I don't know what he's talking about.
So now I have to do this at the end of every fucking show. This is like the 300th time I've had to do it.
I remember a totally different discussion. He's like, nah, don't worry about it. I got it.
Yeah.
I enjoy reading these every
So you
day.
can download, listen, or tune in live every Thursday at 8 o'clock and watch and review films with us. You can go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/moviesucktastic. Everything that we post there, from trailers to when we go live, is on there. You can go to our Tumblr page at moviesucktastic.tumblr.com. You can go to our iTunes page, and you can download or listen to the show there as well. You can also leave us voicemail at 908-514-4470. If you want to leave us email, the address is themovieguys@moviesucktastic.com. And you should download the Android app for your Android device. It's 100% free, and everything I said is in there. You should absolutely get it. Scott, do you have any words of wisdom? Or Jack, do you have any words of wisdom?
The bird in the hand
Don't you
Oh
dare.
no!
All right, we're gonna cut it there.
Usually, the word of the final word is something about
what we've done or seen.
Review or whatever, but
don't watch Underwater.
Ooh. He'll get better. He's got 4 months to get better.
There you go.
Go Brexit. There you go. That's
oh no!
Oh wow!
I lost 50% of British people and gained 50% of British.
and you're going back.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Oh, all right, everybody.
Thank you,
well, thank you guys, and we will talk to you all next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.